In this video series, we're covering 10 of the most notorious Japanese underworld figures who were either members of the Yakuza themselves, the Mafia, or had extremely close ties to the organization. 7. Tadamasa Goto. Entering the Yakuza in 1972, at the age of 28, Tadamasa Goto formed his own chapter of the organization in 1985, called the Goto Gumi. It was affiliated with the Yamaguchi Gumi. Goto's reputation for extreme violence and ruthlessness became well known, and during this time, he acquired various nicknames, some of which translated to the John Gotti of Japan, and the most powerful Yakuza boss in Tokyo. In the late 1990s, the American FBI wanted to question Goto about activities his organization was engaging in within the United States, but at the time, Goto's health was threatened by the condition of his liver. A need for a new liver is more common than one might think among Yakuza gangsters, because so much of their bodies are covered by tattoo ink that it's hard for their skin to sweat out toxins. But also, Goto admitted to drinking enough in his lifetime to obliterate 3 livers. In Japan, liver donors are scarce, and as a member of the Yakuza, Goto was forbidden from entering the US, where liver donors and transplant operations are much more common. Thus, Goto decided to make a deal with the FBI. The FBI would allow him and several other Yakuza gangsters to travel to the US to receive badly needed transplants in return for Goto becoming an informant and providing testimony about Yakuza front companies and gang members operating in America. In 2001, Goto secretly traveled to the US with other Yakuza gang members to obtain liver transplants. Reportedly, Goto and at least one other gangster made donations of $100,000 each at the UCLA Medical Center in Los Angeles, so they could skip the queue for new livers, while 186 people in the region died awaiting needed operations. Later, the FBI admitted that the information they had received from Goto wasn't of much value. This illicit arrangement was documented in the book Tokyo Vice by journalist Jake Adelstein, which was turned into an HBO television series of the same name. In the wake of the book's release, it's alleged that Goto put a contract on Adelstein's life, and Adelstein had to use bodyguards for protection. Goto published an autobiography in 2010. In this book, he claimed that he had quit the Yakuza life for good in 2008 to become a Buddhist priest. One possible motivation for this sudden transformation is that in Japan, it's considered bad luck to kill a priest. Nevertheless, the US Treasury Department didn't believe Goto had really retired from the criminal world. As a result, like Kenichi Shinoda and Kiyoshi Takayama before him, Goto is one of a very few Yakuza members to have been personally sanctioned by the US government. Click on the next videos in this series to hear more about groups like the Yamaguchi Gumi and other infamous gangsters in Japan and elsewhere.